Hi, my name is Ashley Potter. I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and today I want to talk to you guys about ranking up in Plexus. So the majority of people that I kind of want to direct this towards today are people who are trying to go silver or are trying to go gold. So how do you go silver? That means you have 3 people on your first level. So you've personally sponsored 3 people. To go gold means you need 100 points in your organization. So it goes from needing a certain amount of people to needing points. So when you know the compensation plan, you know that this is going to mean that you really need 20 people on your first 3 levels because those people are 5 points each. So 5 times 20 is going to equal 100 points for you. So you're going to want 20 people on your first 3 levels. So remember, this is not 20 people that you have to go personally sponsor. You want to sign as many as you can. You want to sign as many up as you can to your team, but you're going to help them sign some to your team as well, and that's all going to contribute towards you going gold. So with that in mind, though, I want you to remember, you don't have to sign all 20 of them, but for the majority of people who go gold in Plexus, they're doing a lot of the heavy lifting on their own. They are putting in the most work. So you can rely on your team to maybe do a little here and there, but the majority of people contributing towards you promoting to gold is going to be on you. Now from there, once you go gold, it typically will become kind of a snowball effect, and your team will start to work a little bit. You'll get some workers, some runners, and you will see your business starting to kind of work itself and things just duplicating and snowballing and moving, and that is awesome, but that's not always going to happen. So you can't count on that. You have to be prepared to work. So the first thing that I want to mention to you is that if you want to rank up to silver, to gold, eventually you're going to want to keep going. You're not going to want to stop there. You're going to want to keep going, and eventually you're going to want to be a jewel. So what is a jewel in Plexus? Jewel is emerald, sapphire, diamond. These people have the free Lexus, the free trip to Hawaii, the profit sharing pools. They have well over a 6-figure income. They are making really good money doing something so amazing as working Plexus. So it's definitely something that you're going to want to do. Once you reach silver, once you reach gold, you're going to want to keep going. You're not going to stop there. So have the mentality of a jewel. Think of yourself at the top and think about how you would work your business if you were a jewel. How do the jewels work their business? Something that I know the jewels have is they have boldness, they have passion, and they have belief. And they allow those things to reflect everything that they do. When they talk to someone, they are bold, they are passionate, and they believe. They believe that they can do this. And I know that it's easy for you to see, or for them to have all that. You know, you could say, well, easy for them, they're already at the top. But they had to have that in the beginning to get to the top. And so if you don't have that right now, you need to find that within yourself and be bold, be passionate, and believe that you can do this and that you're going to be at the top. Envision yourself there and have that mentality. Allow yourself to work your business as if you were a jewel. I know everyone's tired of hearing this, but it's so true. To remember your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to be a silver ambassador? Why do you want to be a gold ambassador? And then from there, why do you want to take it to the top? Remember your why and allow that to motivate you. If your why is big enough, if it's important enough, you're going to be motivated and you're going to work hard and you're going to be self-led. So let your why determine what you do every day and how you do it. And I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. Another thing that I want you guys to do, if you're going to have the mentality of a jewel and you're ready to start ranking up, is you need to have knowledge of the compensation plan. If you don't even know how you're going to get to gold or how you're going to get to senior gold, because you don't really know how points work and you don't really know how you're getting paid, you're basically just spinning your wheels. You don't really know where you're going, how you're going to get there, what it's going to take. You're just saying something. You're just saying, I want to be gold, but you don't really know how it works. You don't really know how to explain to your team how they're going to get paid. So if you don't know the compensation plan, you're not ready. You need to know the compensation plan. You need to know how this works. Learn the compensation plan. Learn how we get paid. I promise you, once you understand the 11 different ways that we get paid, that's going to motivate you. That's going to be exciting. Another thing that you want to do as you're getting ready to rank up, if you're trying to get to those different ranks, you're going to need to learn the products. Have that knowledge of the products. Know what products we offer, how they work, a little bit about them. You don't have to know, if you signed up yesterday, you don't have to know all of our products to get to silver. You can do that because you just joined, and so people are forgiving. But if you've been with this business for a couple of months, a few months, a year, you need to know the products. You need to know how they work. Or else you're not ready to start ranking up. You're not ready to be a jewel. You also need to know the back office. Learn your reports. Learn what it means to be commission qualified, what that looks like in your back office. Learn where to find your PV, where to find your new ambassadors. All of those different things are things that you need to know, because if you're ready to go gold, you're going to have a team, and they're going to come to you for those things, and you need to learn it, and then you need to teach them how to do it. So have that mentality of a jewel. So also want to tell you, if you're ready to start ranking up, you have to push yourself. You have to push yourself to get out of your comfort zone, to talk to people, to set big goals, to do big things, to do things that maybe you aren't totally comfortable with, like hosting an event or doing a Facebook Live to tell your friends and family that you love Plexus Slim and to tell them a little bit about it, or to host a Facebook party. Things that maybe aren't super easy for you, picking up the phone. I don't know what it's going to be, but I do know that if you're ready to set a big goal and you're ready to start ranking up, you're going to have to push yourself. And you're also going to have to personally develop. Once you start ranking up through Plexus, you're going to start to develop a team, and you're going to start to have people coming to you and wanting to ask you questions, and they expect you as a silver ambassador or as a gold ambassador to know the answers to things and to be prepared to answer their questions. And so if you don't, that's okay. You don't have to know everything. It happens sometimes, but you want to start growing and personally developing, becoming a leader, becoming ready to deal with a team and dealing with conflicts that come up and coming up with solutions for problems. And these are things that you can learn in leadership books or even in network marketing books, just learning more about the profession that you're in and being prepared to lead a team and being prepared to be a gold ambassador. So I want to remind you, that you can dream big. You can dream about being a jewel. You can dream about being gold, whatever promotion you're pushing for. I want you to dream. I want you to envision yourself in a Lexus. I want you to envision yourself in Hawaii. I want you to think about how amazing it would be to, be an emerald, to have that income, to afford whatever it is you're trying to afford. I'm trying to cover up my husband who's watching basketball, so I don't want him distracting you. So anyway, envision yourself there. Dream big and believe that it's going to happen. But you can sit around and dream all day long, but if you don't ever back it up with action, those dreams are not going to come true. Things do not just happen. In this business, people do not make it to the top by luck or by chance. They are working their butts off to get there. Now, this is easy work, this is enjoyable work, this is fulfilling work, but it is still work. There are still things that you have to do to make it happen. And so what are you doing that is income producing? What are you doing as far as taking action steps that are going to get you to where you want to be? A couple of things I want to encourage you, just as practical things that you can do to grow your business and to promote up through the ranks, is you have to talk to people. You just have to talk to people. So I want to encourage you to print out a calendar of the 30, 31 days in a month, or just get a schedule, a planner, and just have this calendar for one use. You are going to take each day of the month and you are going to write down 2 names on that box that you are going to talk to each and every day about Plexus. So on June 1st, you're going to have 2 names in that box, and those are people that you are going to share Plexus with. So if you talk to 60 people a month, 2 people a day, that is significantly increasing your odds of success. So you have to talk to people or you will not rank up. Another thing that I want to encourage you to do as you're recruiting people and as you're talking to those people is to have good social skills. This sounds so simple, but a lot of times I think people start doing their income producing activity and they just don't listen. They start talking to people about Plexus, or people come up to them and start talking to them about Plexus, and the person, the Plexus ambassador, gets way too excited. They come on too strong, and they just Plexus vomit all over the situation. They do not listen. They don't ask questions. They don't allow it to be a conversation. They just see someone who's interested, and then they just take over the conversation. You can't do that. That is not how jewels work their businesses. That's not how people who are ranking up are working. What they're doing is they are having conversations with people. They are asking questions. What are your health goals? You know, how can I help you? And they come to people with a heart that wants to genuinely help others. And for anyone on my team or anyone in this business, I want to encourage you, you will be so much better received as a recruiter if you are coming to people with a heart that they can tell you just genuinely want to help them. You have thought of them because you have an amazing opportunity and you have amazing products that you know work. And so you have thought of them and you want to share it with them. But first you want to get to know them a little bit, and you want to know how you can help them, what they're dealing with, what's going on in their life. And you know what? You have just the thing that will help them with their needs. But find out from them first. Talk with them. Remember, just think about being self-aware. You know, how would you receive this person just getting really crazy excited to tell you about something that you've not even asked for information about yet? So you need to get them talking and get to know their needs a little bit. The next thing you're going to want to do once you start talking to people is you're going to have to follow up. This is necessary. In order to start ranking up in Plexus, you have to follow up. You will not likely sign anyone up to your team or get a new customer from one conversation. It is extremely rare. It is extremely unusual for me to have success from one conversation. I almost always have to follow up with that person. We have a whole system for following up, an index card system. If you need information on that, let me know, and I can help you learn a good system for you for following up. But you need to have a system and you need to implement it and make sure that you're following up with potentials and people that have shown interest, people that you've had conversations with, people that you've reached out to. Make sure that you're following up because it is necessary for success. Another thing that is super important as far as income producing activity that we've seen a lot of success with on our team is scheduling your Facebook party. You need to schedule a Facebook party and invite your potentials to it. It's also a great way to follow up with people, is to have a party to invite them to share the information with them even more. And so make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're scheduling your Facebook party. And also something that we're doing is doing the Zoom calls where when you have 3 people that might be interested, doing an opportunity call. So if I'm your sponsor, then I would get you to get 3 people who are interested in Plexus on a Zoom call with me, and I will show them for you the products and the opportunity and answer their questions. So it's really a personal way to get the information out there, to answer their questions, and to just show them a little bit about it. So if you've got 3 people that can do that, it's a great thing to utilize with our teams. Now we've talked about what we're going to do. Those are the things we're going to do, income producing activities. You always want to make sure you're doing those. Always, even if you have a team, you want to pay yourself first. Make sure you're doing things that are going to grow your team wide. You want to have a wide row of level 1s. If your team is just constantly sucking your time with questions and they are coming to you for every little thing, you have to do that after you do your income producing activity. You have to address your team after you do the income producing activity. So Facebook party, Zoom calls, freeway calls, reaching out to those 2 people, following up. That's you paying yourself first. And then when all that's done, you go help your team. So that's what we're going to do. How are we going to do it? We're going to do it with excellence, like a jewel would do it. How does a jewel talk to people when they recruit? How does a jewel follow up with people? It's not about having a huge team or saying, well, I'm enrolled. It's about just doing it with excellence, with a good attitude, projecting the fact that you're confident in this business. And then when people ask questions, something I want to mention right now is like if someone asks you about the price of Plexus, instead of being like, yeah, it's kind of expensive, isn't it? Saying, oh my gosh, I love it because it's so affordable. You can get 3 products, 3 3 products for less than $4 a day. It is so affordable. And oh my gosh, then you can make some amazing income at this. And I can show you how, and I will help you. It is so doable. You see the difference? If you say, yeah, it is kind of expensive, but we can find a way for you to afford it, as opposed to, I love it because it's affordable. So that's how you talk to people. It's not just talking to people, it's learning how to do it the right way. Sometimes when it doesn't work for people, you know, when they say, I'm doing everything I can, Ashley, and I can't. Like, it's not working. I can't get anyone to join. I can't get anyone to buy from me. And I hear this all the time. Let me just tell you right now, it is not Plexus. It's not even what they're doing. It's probably 99% of the time, it's how they're doing it. They're not doing it the right way. They're not talking to people the right way. They're not sharing the right way. They're not consistent. It's not what they're doing, it's how they're doing it. And so a lot of times, if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like, you know, this isn't working, if you feel like no one wants to do this with you, take a step back. How are you working your business? Let's troubleshoot here and figure out what changes need to be made. Another thing, as far as how you're working your business, let me remind you and encourage you that methods, how you do things, are going to be totally different, maybe than someone else, maybe than how I do it. For me, Facebook is the #1 way that I work my business. It is the biggest tool that I utilize for my business. It's a game changer for me. Facebook parties are amazing. Posting on Facebook is amazing for me. Messaging people on Facebook is amazing. But for someone else on my team, it might be face-to-face networking. It might be picking up the phone. It might be hosting events. It might be totally different than what I do. But if that doesn't work for me, that doesn't mean I quit. That means I find a new way of working. So if you're posting on Facebook and that's not working, you need to find a new method. Host an event. Host, a Zoom call. Get out and network. Meet new people. Join a club. Do something different, because it's not that this business doesn't work. It works. You just have to find the right way for you, and you have to find the right method for you. So with that being said, I always teach my team to do the things that work for me. And I think everyone should try and implement those things and try to do them with excellence in the right way. But if that's not working, that doesn't mean they stop doing those things. They keep doing those things, because sometimes it just takes time. But sometimes it also means, well, maybe I need to pick up the phone. Or maybe I need to go host an event. Or maybe I need to go meet new people. Maybe my network just isn't into this. Whatever it is, you've got to find the right method and the right way for you. The right how. How are you going to do it? So now you've done all these things. You put them into practice. You have a team. You've got 3 people. You've got 1 person. You've got 5 people. I don't know. You've got a team. And whether you've got 1 or you've got 20, you're a leader. So I'm encouraging you right now to start focusing on team leadership. You've got 1 person, you need a team page, and you need to lead that person to be successful. You need to help them duplicate. So when you recruit someone, schedule their Facebook party for them. Ask them, are you ready to do a Facebook party? I've got all the work done for you. It's super simple. This is how we do it. Da, 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 da. Help them schedule it, and then help them do it. Help them pull it off. Schedule their Zoom opportunity call. Everyone has influence over 3 people. Statistically, 3 people. You've got influence over 3. So your new ambassador has 3 people that they can influence. So help them get 3 people on a Zoom call with your sponsor or yourself, and tell them the opportunity, the products. Show them, answer their questions, and hopefully you can get that new person to go silver with those 3 people. And then you can turn around and they can do that same thing for their 3 people. It needs to be duplicatable, but you've got to lead your team. They're not going to know what to do. So add them to the team pages, schedule their Facebook party, or schedule their Zoom call, or both. Help them make their first post on Facebook. This is a super easy way to get potentials, to get interest, to get them a customer or 2. Just help them make their first post on Facebook. Teach them how they can get paid on next Friday. You don't have to go over the whole comp plan with them right away, but say, hey, would you like to get paid next Friday? Of course they're going to say, yeah. So tell them if they get a new ambassador who orders a welcome pack, they're going to get a bonus from that. And so help them learn that it's not going to take a whole lot to start getting paid in just a few days. Now I know what you're thinking. A lot of times people say, well, I want to see how it goes for me. I want to try these products first. And now I'm not telling you to be like a bully and say, I don't accept that. I'm just telling you, don't accept that. If they say, I just want to try it first, don't go, oh, okay, I'll check back in with you in a couple days. Hope it goes well, fingers crossed. Don't do that. Say, really? People say that all the time. And I know, I understand that you feel that way. But I want you to think about this. A lot of times when people, hear about Plexus, they really don't care that you don't have results first. They don't care that you haven't seen any results yet. They're going to think about, I wonder if this could work for me. That's what they're going to think. And so tell them that. And tell them, can I just help you make your first post on Facebook? Just inviting people to do this with you. Just being honest that you haven't seen results yet, but you're excited, and just help them, make that first post. And then tell them, I know you don't really want to work this business, but can I at least help you get your products paid for? Can I at least help you get a couple customers? Would you like to get paid next Friday? And then if they say, I still just want to try it first, okay. Then you say, okay. Then you check back in. But if you say all that, they might say, you know what? Yeah, why not? Let's just try it. Let's see if anything comes. And so then if they can get a customer or a team member in their first couple of weeks, they're going to be excited. They're gonna be really excited about the potential. If they can get paid next Friday, you're going to have a motivated person. You're going to be much more likely to have a worker from that person. And then you guys can lock arms together and work this business together. So that's my advice for ranking up with Plexus. It's having the mentality of a jewel, knowing your why, knowing your what and your how, and then leading your team to do the exact same thing. That is how you rank up with Plexus. That's what's worked for me, what's worked for so many others. And I want to encourage you, you can do this. A lot of times, if you feel stuck, it just means you need to take a step back, reflect. It's probably not what you're doing, probably how you're doing it, and maybe even why you're doing it. If your why isn't big enough, if you don't really believe, then it's probably not going to happen. Another thing I just want to say as far as team leadership, and I'm not sure if I already said it or not, but right now, before you even have a team, you are setting the foundation for your team. So if you're working this business with the mentality of, hope it works out, hope that this goes well, hope, maybe, if it doesn't, oh well. That's going to be the mentality of your team. But if you're working like a jewel, if you're passionate, committed, with great belief that this is going to work, it's going to rub off on your future team. And so if you're doing those income-producing activities, you're duplicating, you're doing them with excellence, with a good attitude, the team that you add is going to be ready to do that as well. Not everyone, but you're going to have much more, a bigger chance of having that kind of team if you're that kind of leader. So be the leader that you want to have on your team. Be the person that you want on your team. Be the rock star. So that's my advice. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if it was, or if it wasn't. Actually, don't. Just let me know if it was awesome. And y'all have an awesome